Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Advanced Wars by Web replay. Small on the north side as the magenta eagle, we got TomusMaximus. Small on the south side as the sea is at ice, Arctic ice, cobalt ice, Olaf, AdvanceNoob. This map has a lot of neutral properties, of course, like most maps. We do have a couple comm towers in the center. We do have airports here, both protected by a missile. There's also a tiny bit of shore there. I'm assuming it's meant to support out Max to help protect this airport. So both players have a relatively safe airport. Probably won't be blocked, at least not by aircraft anytime soon, but it is currently neutral. We got some labs instead of map. Got also some harbors in the field. And actually pretty open as well. Got some shores here, so landers and black boats can traverse there. Got a shore here, so battleships cannot park in this, was it Gulf Inlet Sea? But landers can at least still transport up there, and by the way, both players start off a lander. Wait a second. You can also grab your missile, so both players... This is not a defensive missile, it can be used offensively, so both players get a missile that can transport into this map. Probably something you don't need to do for a very long time, but still, that's a possibility. That's interesting. This area here is also ocean as well, so there is some intraversable land here. Even by mechs, not a river. There's a handful of rivers here. And we do also got neutral bases along the flanks as well. So this is a 3-base map plus 1 airport, potential port, and 2 comms towers. Either way, let's go ahead and get started. Of course, it'll be initial infantry capturing game. Both side players heading towards their, their third base. Everybody's going to make it a third base. No, joke, it's not on land. And both players will be eyeing for the airport relatively quickly as well. I'm going to somewhat fast forward all the capturing game. And we do have a first tank of the field deployed out by Eagle. Olaf. Let's see, I forget, in Olaf, does he have... I always forget which version of Olaf this game used. Does he have a day-to-day to use with, I hate the sound mod. It's okay to a certain degree, but it does interrupt a lot of stuff. Olaf, does he have the day-to-day increase while in winter in this version? No, he does not. That's only dual strike, so Olaf does not have that capability where he gets passive attack and defense in winter. And yeah, overall he's unaffected by snow, but rain is he's particularly weak in rain. Got some tanks. Got this tank pushing some of the map. Lose lander or cobalt lander pusher forward infantry. He does have a tank in this area as well, so both of them do not have any day-to-day bonuses that will make a difference in this situation. Eagle's ground units are perfectly fine. They don't take any debuffs. His air is just buffed up. His navy is really weak at minus 30%. And his overdrive is also not the dual strike version. I think a lot of the dual strike changes are pretty good, but Advanced Wars by Web mostly focuses towards Advanced Wars 2's rules. Tank on tank violence. Of course, Eagle's tank is on a property for 3 stars. He could counterattack, it'd be 3 stars plus 2 stars as well, but he is wounded. I'm curious as well, how would it look like he could probably reliably do 3 damage and will take about 2 damage, maybe 3 damage. If he only does 2 damage, he definitely takes almost 3 damage as well. So he would come out ahead, but won't be great either. And we do actually have an early Eagle artillery piece. He gets off the property for that attack. I suppose he didn't want to be hit by this tank as well, but still want to make the attack. And he took quite a bit of retaliation damage from that. He only got he got 3 points of damage, but received 3 points of damage. Both players now have a battle copter now float on the field. Both players got a battle copter. I'm a little bit sick at the moment, so I have a little bit of a headache. Comm tower was interrupted. Blue tried to go for both comm towers. Got a little bit greedy, but I can't blame him. Comm towers are pretty nice. Purple's now getting the comm tower now. Eagle is. Eagle tank and artillery now deployed on the field. Yeah, now I'm looking at the advanced works by Web Olaf a little bit on my other screen. And the fact that Olaf does not get the passive bonuses from being fighting Winter means that his Blizzard is just 1 turn, applies Blizzard for 3 points. That's like a 1-star power. I suppose the passive 10 plus 10. It really should cost only 2 stars rather than 3 stars. It's, of course, adjust the superpower, but still. 1 turn of Blizzard, it would be very, very difficult to make that useful. Until he takes out the infantry unit. Did interrupt Purple's capture of the comm tower. Or Blue does his comm tower. Purple does also have anti-air. Mariswell. Eagle's battle copters have plus 50% damage, 10% less, and more armor or defense. So they're good battle copters, just slightly able to punch a little bit better. Additionally, it also that little extra defense is probably better to resist a counter-attack machine gun fire. So it gives them more time to loiter around. Of course, Blue has one anti-aircraft piece and the anti-air, and to make the battle copter say the battle copter no loitering. And all battle copters are just A-OK. And there's nothing wrong with that, because A-OK for battle copters is good. Battlecopter on battlecopter violence. Took minimal retaliation damage. Olaf only has the 1 battlecopter mode. Has good amount of supply infantry. Has a decent number of tanks. But Eagle Sun pulls out some more battlecopters. That battlecopter goes down. Blue's battlecopter is basically a blocker to resist machine gun fire. A resistant blocker, but that's about it. He may be able to interrupt captures with it. Right now, Olaf seems like he has a pretty sizable advantage. Has 1 property advantage. Yeah, since he's player 2 and ended with higher value, looks like Olaf may be a full turn ahead. And now both players have the power. Both powers are horrible. Plus 5% extra attack and 10% defense for his Eagle's air units is not great, but of course the global plus 10 plus 10. So it makes it okay. It's not the dual strike, it was a mini lightning strike, which is a pretty fun variation of it. I actually like that version. The number of tanks in the field, Olaf just rotating units around. He does have an exposed tank here on a city. And Eagle did do 4 damage on a unit on a city previously, but he does have no, he doesn't have a comm tower. His comm tower is still neutral, so Olaf does have a 10% advantage when it comes to ground unit attack. Tank infantry. Eagle does also have a pair of artillery. Eagle artillery can be quite nice because, well, you can charge forward and lightning strike. So Eagle artillery is actually not a bad idea. Looks like Blue's starting to advance along the right flank. Or Cobalt, I should say. Interrupts to capture the comm tower, so the 2 health battle copter was useful. But he needs to be machine gunned by infantry units. Both players are setting on up. Whoever, Eagle, he can of course pop his lightning strike after successful advance, but if he doesn't get the lightning strike, he may be in a really bad position. So he has to be very careful. Olaf, his superpower is useful whether or not he does it start, beginning, middle, or end of his turn. So Olaf's a little bit more, compared to 2, Eagles is pretty flexible since you're like, oh, I got my power now. Now time for the charge, even more. And looks like he is advancing, taking out some of the outlying infantry units. That tank did not fire there. Not even an infantry unit. Was that a misclick? Because I would assume at least fire a round on infantry. That's a safe bet. So that may have been a misclick there. Now both these lines are very uncomfortably forward. Of course, got some artillery here, but the artillery, strangely enough, are out of range. There's just so much here. And now the front lines have smashed into each other. I have no idea how this goes. Well, Eagle does have 1 artillery in range of a tank, so this missile silo platform is vulnerable. Blue is making great advances along the flank there. He'll push on in. Strike on the infantry unit. Cycles back a unit. Olaf does have a medium tank now. Good first strike there in the tank. And right now, it'd be great if Olaf can get a superpower before Eagles. It'll blunt the double turn. But if he knocks out his opponent's units, it would also make his opponent's lightning strike weaker. He's got 1 battle copter. There's a strong likelihood that Eagle could get his superpower here. Olaf will then pull up with his own superpower. Capture the comm tower. Suicide a couple units there. A bit more than a couple. How much power does he need left? He needs 20,600. Which actually is still quite a bit. Tanks are what, 7,000? I'm pretty sure you also get like half charge during your turn, full charge during your opponent's turn. So yeah, it looks like Eagle will not be able to get a superpower, though do have the artillery piece here to strike against the anti-air. Olaf has a superpower. And Eagle's Lightning Strike is going to be available. It's now available. The only thing left is moving the artillery. He charged forward. And now this is going to be explosive. Let's see how well this lightning strike does. And it's also a lot of power charge Olaf will not get. Strikes the backline tank. Lightning strike getting some great work done. And this may be the end of turn. He went for straight up infantry. So he may have got a double build there as well from the factories. And now got the stormy weather here. This immediately equalizes the difference. After all, go back a little bit, you can see 130,000 with his income here. He does put him to what, 111? And now he's down to 100, so with his incomes in storage, well, they are equal at the moment. Medium tank strikes, light tank gets a good hit. Tank got a good strike there. Nothing in the region stopped the battle copter. Takes out the wounded tank. Finish off that infantry, or yeah, tank. Battlecopter. Tank. Got more infantry units. And right now, Olaf is ahead by 3,000 income, and he started making some good advancements up here. Wasn't super devastating superpower, but did cause quite a bit of damage. And some of Purple's infantry is making its way down south. He's interrupting some captures up north, and the battlecopter still pose a threat. Did not get a kill there. Finish off that unit. Finish off that unit. Good strike there. He is keeping his tanks just barely alive. Both sides' tanks are pretty wounded, though Olaf still has a medium tank in the middle of the map. And of course we got an Eagle medium tank now deployed along the left flank as well. Good strike there. Good strike. And he brings forward his missile. His line is also almost out of fuel, so he will need to get it back to harbor relatively soon. Good strikes. Finish off some of Eagle's wounded units. Takes out the artillery, so pretty much all of Eagle's artillery is down. This last one has 1 health on top of the city, so it'll be up to 3 health. Tank. Tank, artillery. Good strike there. Takes out the infantry on the mountain. Finish off that tank with the artillery piece. Olaf should be able to interrupt that capture on this city here. Got infantry right next to it. Tank, tank, infantry. Both sides have a full health medium tank. Finish off some wounded infantry units. Interrupts a capture with a wounded infantry unit. Almost wipes it out entirely. Missile now in the center of the map on top of a city. And think as well, this free missile could do some good work, or it could donate a lot of power charge to Olaf. Either way, the missile will be very useful. Eagle may not want to strike that missile unit. Unless he's trying to get power charge for himself. Captures up or starting to capture that town. Does strike the missile. Will destroy the missile. Gets a hit on the battlecopter. Olaf taking some sizable hits there. Losing a battlecopter is a big deal. So he does have an anti-air nearby. And this battlecopter here is down to 2 ammo. If it does run out of ammo, it can at least still engage infantry with its machine gun. APC deployed out by Eagle. Don't know if that's a really good idea. Oh, was that a misstep? Medium tank gauge, medium tank. That's quite a bad placement there. I don't know the purpose why he allowed the medium tank to be struck by a medium tank. That may have been a complete accident. Right now, this anti-air is going to have trouble getting into this battle cup, but should be able to reach this one there. No? Yes. So he's took out that wounded, that battle cup with no ammo remaining. It means that this APC was a bit more of a worse call than expected, though it can still transport infantry around, which is always quite handy. Anti-air tank. And Olaf does not have a pair of tanks over here. Olaf's superpower is almost available, so is Eagle's. Don't know if he attacks. Olaf has a superpower, and if you can pop that, like I said beforehand, it'll be an issue for Eagle. Eagle needs how much more power? Another 10,000 ultimately. There's the capture there. Gets a good strike there in the anti-air. Getting ever so closer. Anti-air is down. I feel like Eagle's throwing too much stuff away. He gets his superpower. Artillery piece gets a good strike in the medium tank, which is pretty good. Olaf medium tank does go down. Nothing much is left there. Olaf has a number of tanks here, but so does Eagle, but both sides have taken quite a bit of a beating. Finish off that tank there, so Olaf's actually lacking a lot of tanks now. He's down by 30,000. Which is not good. He still has a free property lead. Of course, the labs in the map is still despicably neutral, and this one town here. And here comes the superpower. That, of course, reduces Eagle's value by 20% across the board. Finish off some of these woundings here. I think Olaf needs a large amount of tanks. He goes for a battlecopter of his own. More tanks. And more infantry. I think as well, the game is still going on. Both players are just taking out each other's income. It's been pretty even. As they start getting their daily income. It's able to pull a slight lead. So it still can go either way. It feels like Eagle is overall in a better position. But yet, it says Olaf has more value at the moment as well. He does have a good number of tanks on his flank, so Olaf may be able to smash up here and start claiming some properties. He has a number of infantry here. He may want to be a bit more preservative of them. He will not reach... Oh, he can reach that tank there, as well as that infantry unit. Going for more battle coppers. Olaf transitions some battle coppers when his opponent has, what, 1 anti-air on the map, but only has 5 health. So that may be a good idea, since Eagle's weak to aircraft at the moment. Olaf making some good gains in the center. 5 HP artillery still poses a threat. And that 1 HP infantry unit starting the capture. Has another 19 turns to go before he gets that city fully captured. Okay, looks like Eagle's falling back. He has pulled his tank, medium tank, back to the city. If I'll take some time for repairs. Does finish off that unit. Merge is there. Merge still full health here because it's probably better just take time to merge it and then capture up that town. And Olaf can start pushing towards his opponent's HQ as well. Starting to threaten his opponent's HQ, has number of tanks there to support. So slowly creeping in favor of Olaf's favor this game. Now got a tank and battlecopter response over here. Olaf may want to fall back with his healthy tanks because he doesn't have any anti-air in the region. Oh. That may be an overreaction. Capturing of that town. Oh, it looks like the Eagle managed to steal its property from his opponent, flips it, but this infantry unit should be able to secure it. Eagle doesn't actually have too much here as well. A lot of wounded tanks. Medium tank is getting repaired quite nicely though. That'll at least provide him some good defense, but doesn't have really good offensive capability there. He's going for his opponent's property. Really wants to get that captured. Anti-air, tank, and infantry. Does not gun down that tank. And now got artillery piece pushed forward, gets infantry on top of the mountains, but looks like Eagle or Olaf will capture it. I think it'd be best just to fall back with these units. So he may do something like put both these things, attack that infantry, and then push for the battlecopter. Battlecopter can reach here. And purple is bringing the tank, medium tank of that flank in a safe enough position. Though, blue may be able to crack open this infantry unit, let the battlecopter sweep on in. So the battlecopter's out of range. Flip the property. Olaf's battlecopter's rotating around. Land is almost out of fuel again. 5 fuel. Wait. That's a dead lander. He cannot reach to safe harbor. He has to build a APC APC there if he wants to keep his lander. So looks like maybe a bit of oversight there. Of course, he can prolong the fuel consumption by not moving it. But if he wants to save it, he will have to pull out an APC. Battlecopter gets a good strike there. Medium tank engages as well. In actuality, Blue could pose a threat to one of these properties, though he does have infantry nearby to interrupt. And he's also capturing this despicably neutral city. Oh, and looks like Magenta has resigned. Maybe a little bit too early, but overall I thought Olaf was slowly advancing ahead. By the way, this is Angrade saying, "Thank you for watching," and on to the next replay.